Hey guys, welcome back for our second instructional video for this week. Let's go and start off with a quote. This quote says, "When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with the wind." Guys, we're going through some tough times right now. I get it. But remember that your job is to be a kid. Do your best. Remember that we're still in school. School is still in session. So work at it. Do your best. And like always, guys, ask questions and ask if you need help with anything. All right, let's go ahead and get going. This is 8th grade math. Work hard every day. Never give up. So we're going to start, guys. We're still calculating slope and y-intercept, but the focus of this instructional video is just on tables. Our objectives today are going to be to differentiate between a positive and negative slope. It's going to be a little different with the table, but we're going to use the same principles. We want to be able to identify the y-intercept from a table. And then finally, we want to be able to calculate slope by applying the slope formula, just like we did with graphs. So we're going to start off with our first question. Let's get that nice and even here. It says, when this data is graphed on a coordinate grid, the points all line up on the same line. What are the slope and the y-intercept of this line? All right, guys, so the first thing I want you to identify. We said in the last video that slope, let's get all squared away for you, that y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And we said that y-intercept, oops, let me see if I can, there you go, that y-intercept, our x was always 0. X was 0, and whatever that y was, that's our y-intercept. So if you look here at the table, we have an x as 0. So that means this has to be my y-intercept. So b is equal to 20. That's the first thing we want to identify. The second thing we want to see, is this table positive or negative? Well, when we're looking at it, I'm going on my x side from 0 to 2 to 4 to 6. We know that's increasing. Even though it's going down, that is increasing. And I go from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. That's also increasing. Since they're both increasing, this has a positive slope. Positive slope. Now we want to apply our slope formula. We're still using the y2 minus, check that, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to label what we know. I try not to use the 0, so we're going to label this x1, x2, y1, y2. But you could really use any points and it's going to work. So using this one, we're going to have 40 minus 30 over 4 minus 2. Again, because we don't have our graphing calculators, go ahead and do the top first. 40 minus 30 is 10. 4 minus 2 is 2. If this simplifies, we're going to get a slope, or an m, of 5. Positive 5 because we have a positive slope because all our numbers are increasing. Example number 2. Same question. It's still asking us for the slope and the y-intercept. We want to be able to identify, can we find the y-intercept? Can I identify, if this is graphed, where this line is going to hit the y-axis? So looking at our graph, can you identify the y-axis? Yes, we can. Our y-axis is right there. X is 0, so y is 7. So this would be like if we had a table and this, a graph, and this was 7. That's where our line would be crossing, right there at the 7. Now, again, we want to identify if it's positive or negative slope. We go from -2 to -1 to 0 to 1 to 2. Then we go from 3 to 5 to 7 to 9 to 11. Are those numbers increasing or are they decreasing? What type of slope do we have? You're right, this is a positive slope because the numbers are increasing in value. So guys, if we were to sketch this, our graph would look something like that. It would go through +7 and it would be going upward in a positive slope, in a positive manner. We're going to apply our slope formula now. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's extend those out a little bit. x1, oops, let's go back. Let's fix that. There you go. All right. We're going to take time to substitute in. I forgot to do this in the last example. Let me fix it there. Let's go ahead and use this one and this one. So we're going to have 5 minus 3, -1 minus -2, and go ahead and identify the slope. What is the slope for this table? We know it's positive, so go ahead and identify that. We should get a slope of 2 over 1. So again, B was 7. That's my y-intercept. This is where the line's crossing the y-axis. My slope is 2 over 1 or just 2. But again, you can put it over 1 and it'd be okay. Last example. If you want to pause it right here and try to go through it, please do. If not, keep following along. All right. First thing, can we identify the y-intercept here? Do I have an x as 0? I don't. It goes 5, 10, 20, 30. But I know that 0 would be somewhere over here, less than 5. So I know that my y-intercept has to be somewhere less than 40. We're going to come back to it. When it's not given to us, we've got to do some calculations. Let's go ahead and find the slope. Write our slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Guys, just a little advice for once you get to high school. It's all about using the formula. Can you use the formula? Can you manipulate the formula? So go ahead and get that practice now. All right, so by looking at this, does this have a positive slope or a negative slope? If you said positive, you're right. We know that because the x is increasing, 5, 10, 20, 30, and the y is also increasing, 40, 60, 100, 140. We can say that when time increases, money increases. Usually the case when we work, right? So let's plug in what we know. We know that this is 60, and we have 40 there. So that's going to be our y2 and our y1. And then we're going to have 10 and 5. Please identify what the slope is. So what is the slope of this information given to us? You should have gotten 20 over 5, but we know that can simplify down to 4 over 1. All right. Put this into the calculator, and I promise you're going to get 4 over 1 or just 4. It's all correct. So we know that our slope, our m, is equal to 4. Let's figure out that y-intercept. Well, if I know going this way, it's a plus 5. And I know going here from 40 to 60, it's a plus 20. So if I want to go backwards to the 0, I subtract 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Well, let's do the same thing. I want to move backwards, so I'm going to subtract 20. 40 minus 20 is 20. There's our y-intercept. Guys, like always, stop, rewind, do what you have to do. Good luck. Let me know if you need any help.